Hey everyone, LordDavon here again, and today I am bringing you, before I do this, let's talk about my show on Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m. on Total Vaping Network. I do a LordDavon Presents Live where we go over these items again. I talk about upcoming reviews like the VMAX XL from Vapage, and I want you all to come join me so that you guys can finally ask me those questions that you want to slap me through the screen for. So feel free to come to the show. It's on TotalVapingNetwork.com. And come hang out with me for 2 hours where we go over some very exciting devices. I show you stuff that is up and coming. All right, that being said, this is LordDavon again. And today I am bringing you, it's almost canned, huh? The Innokin. The Innokin iTaste version 2. So, the Innokin iTaste version 2 is a variable voltage device that goes between 3 volts and 5 volts. It's got a neat trick of showing you recommended voltages by checking the ohms. It doesn't tell you the ohms, but it does give you a recommended range, a low range and a high range. It is a square design, and it's a little bit out of the ordinary in design, and it looks kind of cool. I'll give them that. This is a chameleon color. It comes in chameleon, which goes between purple and green and black, depending on the lighting, which is kind of cool, to a white and a black. They're roughly, right now there's some shops selling them for $79.99. There's also some places selling them for $69.99. Discount Vapors, eSmoker Online. But even better, with eSmoker Online, if you sign up for their newsletter, you get the 10% off coupon, and it puts it at 63 bucks. Much better. Okay, so there's a few things I like and a few things I don't like about this device. And yes, I'm right in the center on this one. It is good, it is not great. It could be great, though, but they have to change some things. First, we have a square design, and it's a very large device, but not too huge, it's just large. Then it's a square design. At the bottom you have 2 buttons, a plus and a minus for adjusting your voltage, and then you have this little mirror LED, and that's the LED. And when you press it, it gives you the recommended voltages of whatever device is in there after it checks it. It has a button, and the button's a pretty good button actually. It's got a 3-click on-off. Click it 3 times, it turns off. Click it 3 times, and it strobes through the lights. And of course, those 3 lights are your voltage. As you vape, the light changes color depending on the amount of battery voltage or the battery voltage you have left, or the life of your battery. It has a square design to the cap, all the way to the bottom, and they're both tapered. If you take a look at the cap, it has this round corner, and then it kind of goes in like a V. I don't know if you can tell that really well, but it is curved downward on here, and it's like that at the bottom. The bottom is where you have the plug for your USB charger, and it also works as a pass-through, so while you're charging it, you can vape. I don't like this taper at the bottom, and the reason why I don't like the taper at the bottom is because since this is such a long device, the problem with the taper is it's already top-heavy. It's already awkward. So by doing that, they have actually made it so it'll topple over very easy. It really will fall over easy. It does not stand up very easily. It stands, but as soon as you give it a little bit of jar, it topples. And you're going to smack down whatever devices you have on the top of this thing, and that's not good. So I don't know why they did that. So I'm thinking that this was designed to lay flat on the desk, which means tanks are going to be a little bit weird if you have a tank that has to stand straight up and down. That may not work very well for you. You know, it is what it is. So, we're going to take the top off. It doesn't actually pop, but I like the sound effects. Let's do that again. Okay, so we take the top off, and what we have is we have a 1 ml tank system with this one. You can also get it with a 510 connector, and we'll go over the connector in a second. But the 510 connector, and the 510 connector will let you put anything you want. You can also get an 808 connector, you can get the 901 connector, you can get a 501, 40 something or other. There's 4 different connectors right now. They have more coming out. The tank system, it's a nice, strong connection in here. It does give a little bit of wiggle when you have it in there, but not too bad. And the tank system works as such. It's not bad. Again, it's good, not great. You know, the one thing they did right, and I want to show you this, is that this little plug at the very bottom, this isn't hard plastic like most tanks. It is a rubbery silica kind of style that you can easily pull out, fill it with juice, pop it back in, and then pop the tank back onto the device. So they got that right. You know, the atomizer needs a little bit of work. It needs a better draw, and it needs more capacity. I mean, it's 1 ml. Most vapors, 1 ml is not good enough. But you can actually pull it right off. And it doesn't come out on its own because it's held with magnets. And I kind of like the magnet design. I'm not sure I love it, but I kind of like it. Because it makes it very easy for you to change out adapters. But you're not popping in items yet. And I say yet because there is an Ego Vision Claramizer coming out with a native connection for this. So you'll be able to pop those right in. Excuse me, that Got Vapes has been talking to Vision about, which is where I found out. And as well, they're going to have the CE3 or the Phoenix bottom coil tank system also coming out for this design. When that happens, I will be happy because I'll like that. So let's get rid of the tank system and let's go with a 808 connection. Okay, we're going to pop that in. It's number 2 of the 4 connectors. And you basically press both buttons at the bottom and it gives you your recommended low, your recommended high. This is a Fluxomizer 808. It is not the Supreme, but it is the Fluxomizer. And that's why I like the Fluxomizers. It is a 0.9 ml Fluxomizer, and it will allow the cap to go on. Now, because the connectors do come out a little bit, and this one is pretty sturdy in there, it's a nice, strong connector. That's about as long as you're going to get a device in there. And why would you design a device this long for a 1 ml item? I don't understand that concept. They lose a point because of that. Why would you have this thing's like 5 inches from the top of the connector to the base? So you've got a 5-inch, I mean, I took points off of the 1000 mAh Ego C Twist because it's you know, almost 5 inches. This is 5 inches, and it's for a 1 ml device. At least this can take more. So, you know, I dropped the cap, and I'll leave it there. No, I won't. I can't stand that. Okay. So, why would you do that? I don't understand that. It really is designed for the cap, for around 1 ml devices, and I don't like that. So, yeah, take a point away. Now, we get to the 510 connector, and I pop the 510 connector in there. And this one has play. I got an HH357 on here with a purple drip shield and a purple drip tip. And it works like my HH357 should. It is a 2.5 ohm, and let's take a look at the recommended. 3.5, 4.3. It's a 2.5 ohm HH357, and when you get a 2.5 ohm, you get a 2.5 ohm. HH357 is the best standalone atomizer that I have ever used, and this is handling it right now at 5 volts. And when I hit my little button, you got to hold it for a second. I get a puff count. Who uses puff counts? And then it shows you my voltage, and then I can adjust. So the iTaste can handle it, but it's not reading the ohms right. Now let's hit it again. Now I get 3.3 and 4.1. I didn't change my atomizer. I just hit the button again. Let's do it again. That's 3.5. There we go. 4.3. All right. So the recommended, you can go over with the version 2. The version 1 you couldn't. With the version 2 you can go over the recommended voltage. You can go under the recommended voltage, and it works. And the voltages are pretty good. I put it to the oscilloscope. I tried different items, and they fluctuate 0.1 volt really above and below. So it's pretty spot on as far as variable voltages go. It's not US made, so I don't expect it to be perfectly spot on like the US devices are, but it's good. It's good. It's good for an imported device. So I don't hate it in that respect, but there are things I don't like. I don't like the fact that they tapered the bottom so it makes it all wobbly when it's standing up and down, because if this thing falls over, you can break your devices that you have on here. Another thing is, because it is square, and we don't have any square tanks, at least I don't, there are some out there actually, but here's my VV Nova Revision 2. It looks kind of ridiculous. Some people are going to say this looks good, but I can't stand this up and down without it toppling over, so I have to lay this on its side. It does help it from wobbling. I mean, it doesn't roll off the desk because it's square. That I like, but the fact that I have a tank on here, and this is the tank I use, it makes it a little awkward. I don't like laying this tank on its side. I don't need to. I like to keep it straight up and down, but it is what it is. It's a $63 device from eSmoker Online, and I did get this courtesy of eSmoker Online. He's pretty good to me with getting me some items, so he likes my reviews. You should too. All right, so that cracked me up. Alright, so I've got this, and I want to talk about the Tidy 10 real quick, because you can also get it with the Tidy 10, and the Tidy 10 is a bottom coil cartomizer that you take this little plug off of, and you can use a drip tip, but it's really a tight fit and kind of pushes it out a little bit. So I use their little rubber adapter, and it allows the top to come on. You know, it's the Tidy 10 because it's 1.0. They have a Tidy 12 that's 1.2 ml, but it doesn't fit with the cap on. So it comes with the Tidy 10. The Tidy 10 is a bottom coil. You can squirt juice in it. You pull this off. There's got a nice big fill hole when you pop the cap off. And you see the nice big fill hole. You fill it up, you pop the cap back on, and you can vape. And it's okay. It doesn't beat the CE3XL. You know, and even though the CE3XL you have to hold upside down and, you know, squirt juice in, it works okay. It's not bad. It's got a good flavor. It's okay, but it's just okay. So whatever you do, whatever you're getting, if you get the iTaste, and it's up to you. I don't have a preference either way. It's good. It's not great. They can improve upon it, and I like to see different caps for the top for larger devices, larger items. I would like to see, of course, them work with more manufacturers on some native stuff so that we can actually recoup some of this size into juice capacity and let those items just pop right in. When we have the magnets, we can pop stuff in here. It's going to be a good device. I mean, a really good device. Great, I still don't know, but it's a pretty device. I mean, it just looks good. Now, one last thing. This is the adapter that it comes with. It comes with a little proprietary little plug, and it's the same one that I used with the same one that you use with the Ellipse Mix, the Double W. So if you have one of those, you can use the same cable, and it's a 3-foot cable there. It's a much better cable. With this one, it's one of these suckers. It's not made for a pass-through device, and this is a pass-through device. You can use it. You can use it while it charges. So what the heck is this? What is this? All right. So you can get these. You can get these separately. They are a little proprietary, but you can get them elsewhere. So get a better cable. $63. The Innokin iTaste is a good device. Is it a great device? No. Could it be a great device? Yeah. Yeah, it could. Do I recommend it? That's up to you. I'm not getting another one. But I may later when more devices come out for it. All right. That being said, this is LordDavon. Let them know I sent you.